Hi, everyone. I just always wait a second for everyone to join. So I don't know if everyone saw the question I had. I just felt like at this point it'd be really nice to ask you guys what found means to you. Pat, if you're on here, I'd love to bring you on. But I just really want to know, like, what does found mean to you in your own words? And I understand it's also can be very scary, let alone to be on live, but also to be vulnerable like that. So I understand if some people don't want to, but if Pat is on here, I really would. I loved what you had said in messages. If you're willing to hop on. And again, I completely understand if no one wants to. Let's see if she's here. Pat, are you here? I say it like she's gonna be like, yes, I'm here. Anybody else want to come on and say what found means to them? Because I really want to keep the attention on the show and what it represents, and also about the wildfires and those impacted by the wildfires in California. And I do want to say thank you to everyone for being a part of this, for your support, even if it's not financial, which I understand not everyone has the means to, and that's okay. Your support just as a community is very appreciated, so thank you. And someone goes, what are we talking about? I had asked a question in stories, just to reiterate. I had asked, what does found mean to you? And I'd love to go live with some people. Oh, Takaya. Takaya, are you on? But yeah, what does it mean to you? I just really wanted to hear from people that love the show what it means to you. I know that I love it, and obviously today I talked to Shanola and NK. But I would really love to know what the show found means to you. Let's see. Oops. Is Pat here? Pat, are you on? Where are you at? Let's see if I can find you. Pat's like, don't find me. Pat is on. Pat is here.
Oh,
I see Pat's kitchen.
I'm here. Oh, I can't see you though.
You can't see me? I can see you. But I understand that feels probably very weird that it's only one-sided. Can you see me now?
No. Oh, let me try my other. Oh, can I try again?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course. Okay. I might have to invite her again. We're going to figure this out. And then if Takaya's on too, if I can't get it to work with Pat, I read this time around. The second try, I'll try with Takaya. I love you guys too. This has been a really fun day. I'm sorry that for a lot of people, it's very, very, very early in the morning or the middle of the night. And you guys are still here, which is a lot of fun. But I hope you're not doing it at the risk of your, sleep deprivation over here. I am here. Pat's here. Pat's like, try again. Uh, what did I do? Pat, I can't find you. Why is that? There you are. Someone said, oh, I totally ignored work today. Okay, how does this work? Can you see me?
Yes. Okay.
Perfect. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you excited about this weekend?
Yes. Freaking out.
Do
I
you
was
feel
in the middle.
comfortable enough to say what's happening this weekend?
Yes.
What's
I am getting married Sunday. I was actually in the middle of like wrapping bridesmaid stuff and like,
Really?
yeah.
You're like, Danielle, I don't have time for this.
No, my phone is like, Pat, I was like, what's happening?
I just read your message and it was so like it just held so much meaning and weight that I was like, I know you were like, I don't need to go on. And I was like, but Pat, you have to go on. It's so good. So I'd love to know, what does found mean to you?
Okay. If it's okay if I read it,
Yeah,
I'm
of
gonna
course.
stumble. Okay,
Yes.
so this is what I sent to Danielle and the DM. I said that to me, found symbolizes hope that someone is listening because for so long we've been, you know, begging for someone to listen, and found has done it in such a meaningful, impactful, and beautiful way with like great acting and great storytelling. So it goes beyond just like normal people, like individuals, saying it to the air. But when a network and a show and actors are advocating for these storylines and putting them out there, it resonates with people more. So that's in a much grander scale. And then I said that as a minority and a Hispanic female living in the States, moving at such a like later in life, and in an interracial relationship with a Black woman, it means the world to me. Like found, I wish I had found it. Pun intended. I have found it earlier than I did, but I'm glad I got to know the show. So I said that very few times do we see the dark parts of our days, of our everyday struggles represented with so much care and attention and accuracy. I said that I can remember the exact episode, but there's this episode where the Hispanic dad was immediately profiled as being um, the suspect. He was the suspect right away, and he was like, "No, it's my kid. Like we're looking for my kid." And he was innocent, but he was profiled because of his background, his accent, the way that he looked. He looked Mexican, and this happens very often where we are my dog, where we are villainized just by how we look, and we're not heard. We may say it, we may talk about it, but we're not heard because of what we look like. Um, yeah, so we're taken seriously when we report our missing loved ones, and then similar with my fiance, she was a Black woman. She has been taken aback by the way that they represent missing like girls, little girls, because that's something that she has seen all her life, and it's not talked about enough. So it means the world in this household. It means everything, and I cry every episode. So yeah.
Same, I'm
So
with
that's
you on
that's
that.
like
Thank you for sharing that, Pat, and beautifully said. And I know that that's not always easy to jump on a live and be like, okay, let me share all my feelings about things. But thank you for sharing that, and I'm glad that Found exists so that you have something that you can look at and go, I can relate to that, and I'm glad that they're shedding the light on it. So all the thanks goes to NK, obviously, just for
yes,
creating. I didn't know if you got to see it, but it was just beautiful. Same thing. She saw this happening and decided to make a show about it. So, but
yes,
yeah,
yeah, no,
thank you.
and
Yeah,
thank you for
of
asking
course.
and like for using your platform to have even us, talk about it, because that just adds another layer to an already like fantastic show. So thank you as well.
It's important, but it's so good to see you, Pat, and I'm so
Thank
excited about your wedding. If anyone follows Pat or knows Pat, please send her wedding wishes. Her wedding is this weekend, and I'm very excited for you, both
thank
you and
you,
me. Congratulations.
thank you,
Okay,
thank
I'm gonna bring on someone else for the next one. I'm gonna think
yes.
Jakaya possibly. Okay.
I
Bye,
don't know
Pat.
how to leave.
Oh, I
Bye.
don't know how you leave either. Is there? You guys, someone tell Pat because I don't know.
Oh, I found it. Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Bye,
Yes.
Pat. I love Pat. Um, let's see if Jakaya is on here. Let's see. Yep. There you are. Okay. What? Hello.
Hi, I cannot believe I'm doing this right now.
I know. I'll try not to be. I get bubbly, and then it's like, and then I get excited, and then people are like, "Okay, you're not helping, Danielle." So, it's very good to see you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for joining. I know it's not always easy to be, like I said, with Pat vulnerable in a situation like this in front of a bunch of people watching on a live. So, and if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to either. Just because you wanted to and you accepted the invite does not mean you have to go forward with it if you don't want to.
It's all right.
So,
I'm already here.
so for you, Takaya, what does found mean to you?
I feel like the show itself gives so much inclusivity. Like, I haven't really been into a show besides, of course, Station that has like so many different people from different backgrounds. And I grew up in like a predominantly white area, so I didn't see like any of that when I was in high school or elementary school. And it's really nice. I've learned a lot from Found. Like recently I've been looking at on Twitter and everything like that, or X, whatever it's called. Um, there's a lot of missing people who are Black, and they're mostly Black girls, and we don't see it in the media or anything. And I always find out because of everyone else posting. Like, it's never because you get like an Amber Alert or you see it on the news. It's always on social media, and it's always just people in your community posting. So
Do you feel that X is a good way for people to get the word out there then? It's really a
yes.
platform then in that regard. Is there a way when things like that are posted that you can then repost them? I know on X too, but is there must be, right? To post it on Instagram as well.
Yes, usually you can post it on Instagram, and then honestly, TikTok has been like a really good outlet for everyone. You can
Mhm.
repost things on TikTok now. Like, people have found long lost loved ones on there, like
Mhm.
all of that. So I think TikTok and X are like really good when it comes to things like that.
Well, if there's ever one that you see that you want to pass on to me, please don't hesitate because I would be very happy to post it on my page. You know, that stuff's important. So please don't hesitate. Thank you for sharing that with me.
You're welcome.
And have a great rest of your night. Bye, Takaya.
Bye.
I love Takaya too. I love everybody. Thank you guys for sharing with me. Let's see. Who is the third person? I wanted to bring on three people. Um, but I do love what Takaya brought to the attention is like if you ever I try to be on top of posts when they come through as much as I can. But if there's ever anything you guys want me to try to repost about, either someone missing or somebody that needs aid or assistance or something like that, I'm very happy to always post those things on my page. So um please, yeah, please send them my way. Um Anybody recommend? Say me? Is there like can someone I'm trying to let on these issues. Yeah. Who I'm trying to see if there's anyone I really miss. No. Somebody give me like how do I do this? Like the way that it worked for Takaya, someone was like, bring on Takaya, bring on Takaya, bring on Takaya. Can people I love that I'm just like zooming in with my face. You guys, I normally wear glasses and contacts. I think my eyesight's getting worse. Uh, I'm lost on what the guys are saying. Okay. I don't know. Prudence has a lot to say. What is Prudence's handle? Anybody? Sometimes they come in so fast, I kind of get lost. Should I? Oh, Chris Harkins, my best friend in the whole wide world, wants to pick. How are you gonna know, Chris? Well, Christopher, maybe you can answer. Do you? I don't even know if you have watched Found before I was on it, Chris. Does it mean something to you? And if it does, let me know, and I'll bring. Oh, invite Chris. Someone said invite Chris. Invite. Chris is just gonna come on here and like give me a bunch of compliments. We don't need that. Love you, Chris. I just don't know what what because I when I okay, let me explain this. When I go to invite the person, I have to know what their actual um what their actual handle is. So you got somebody said a name, but they didn't tell me the handle. Maybe we do need compliments. KK, okay. Do you want to go on? Let me do. Oh, that's one. I can't see anything. How do I? Oh, here we go. I think I figured out a way to do it, guys. I think if I did it right, she will be on. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I am over the moon right now.
I'm sorry if it's. I know it's like a lot.
No, it's not. This is hang on, I'm gonna cry a minute. Okay.
Tears are not a bad thing. That's fine. Where are you in the world right now?
I am in Connecticut. I'm an East
Okay.
Coast girl.
And how is it in Connecticut right now?
It is very cold.
Oh,
And yes, and
understandable.
there is some snow, so you could always come skiing if you wanted.
I love the snow. I love when the snow comes in. It's so nice. But everybody that always lives in the snow is like, please don't. We don't love it as much.
I know.
Yeah. Prudence, I wanted to ask you, what does found mean to you?
Well, I actually am a Found fan from the jump. When the show first started last year, I was like, oh, this looks really interesting, and let me watch it. And I was hooked right from the very first episode. What it means to me is, and this was something that you touched upon in the last live, or that Sarah had touched upon, that being a white woman, it's sometimes very difficult to understand the perspective from the Black community. My brother is, well, I call him my brother's son because there's 21 years difference, and I actually raised him. So he has a Black father, but he looks very white. But he married a Black woman, and he now has 2 young children who look very Black. And I'm very aware of the fact that there's a lot of issues in the world, and I need to be sure that I am educated enough to be able to be a support to them. So watching Found has been a great way to bring that to the forefront, to just be like, look, and like other people have said, it's not about, you can't judge somebody by the color of their skin or by their background. You have to know the person. And what I like about Found is they get in there to know the person, and it doesn't matter where they come from. The team wants to find that person and reunite them. And I think that's a really great message that we need to have in the world as a whole today. So, yeah.
It's so true. And I think, it is what I think is so important about the show. Like NK said earlier, it's really bringing attention to these stories that for so long go unspoken about.
Yes.
Just because of the color of someone's skin.
Yep.
So I think
So
the show means so much to so many people, and then it's a big awakening for others that don't fully understand.
yes.
It's a good thing for growth
Yes.
and evolution.
And
So,
and I think, and I know you're not going to want to hear this, but I think
like,
that you being on this show, you are really giving a whole new light to a whole new community of people that may not have looked at the show before you joined.
And like I said with Sarah, I don't think I realized that like this community was going to come with me to the next project. And I'm so grateful they have. And I'm glad that I'm able to use my platform to get everyone. And the show is phenomenal.
Danielle,
let alone that. Yeah.
Danielle, we're going to follow you wherever. You could go to Mars, and we're going to follow you. It doesn't matter.
That would be fun to go to Mars. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you for this.
Thank you very much. This was this meant more than you know, and I can't wait for the day when I actually can hug you, because our birthdays are actually a week apart. So,
are you a week before or a week after?
I'm a week after, and quite a few years, but that's okay.
Nah, that's irrelevant.
But we're gonna meet at a convention one day. But before I go, I have this running bet going, and if I don't do this on a live with you, I will live to regret it.
Oh no. Yeah.
Do you know who Susan Carrington is from the
Yes.
Fire Nerds?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Did she
Because
think I
Susan,
don't know who she is?
yes, that is, oh my God, Danielle, that is like our daily joke. We talk every day. And I'm like, well, Danielle knows who you are. She's like, no, she doesn't. I'm like, Susan, she knows who you are. So thank you very much, you Danielle. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You
And here's
validated
proof.
me.
Susan, I know exactly who you are. That's silly that she even said that. She knows I know her. And I'm
See,
glad she
thank
won
you.
that bet.
I knew you weren't going to let me
Yeah.
down. That's what I've been telling her. I'm like, I'm going to prove you wrong, Susan. She's like, no, you're not. I said, okay, we'll find
Yeah.
out.
I'm glad you did.
Thank you. I'm glad you did too.
It was so great talking to you. Stay warm out there in Connecticut.
Yes, and listen, what you did today and what you do every day, you have to always know you are the biggest heart. And we need more of you in the world. Because I'm a person like you where I put myself last and I want to help everybody else. And I think, well, no, I know. That's what drew me to you on station. I listen, when somebody says, where do you know this person from? I'm going to throw it back. I know you from Heroes.
Oh
Like
boy.
that was where yeah. So when you, I mean, I've seen
I wasn't
other
nice
things.
in Heroes. I was not
I
nice
know
in
you
Heroes.
weren't, but listen, you were a cheerleader and I like the cheerleaders, whether good or bad, it doesn't matter. But that's, and I followed you, not faithfully like I do now, but I followed you and I was kind of watching station and I ended up having a really lot of trauma that happened. And I know a lot of the fans say this, but I had back-to-back traumas where I lost my dad suddenly. I lost my grandmother who raised me 2 months later. And I was in a dark place and it was a bad breakup with my ex. And I was down and I was ready. I was ready to go. And I said, well, I want to go out on a high note. And I pulled up YouTube videos of Maya and Karina. And I said, oh, you know what? Let me watch this one. And then it led to, let me watch this one. And I credit you and Stefania, the characters, but the two of you, because just watching that made me put down the knife. And then I was like, well, I want to know more about them. And here I am. And here I am talking to you. And here I am writing Marina fanfic. And here I am cheering you on this new television show and on every new adventure that you're about to go on. I am your cheerleader, Danielle, and I will be forever. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for sharing that entire growth that you had. I'm sorry you lost. You said it was your father and your
Yeah.
grandmother? I'm sorry you lost them. I'm sorry you went through such a tough
Yeah,
time, but I'm so happy you're where you're at now.
I am.
And I'm so grateful to be a part of this community that continues. It's just it's, and if it just can keep growing,
Yes.
like positive and
Yes.
leading with kindness and being friends with each other and just trying our best to be the best versions we can for other people. I just think it means
That's
a lot.
it. And honestly, that's what Found does. It brings out the best in people.
Yep.
And it brings out every episode, even though Heather's going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. It's okay. We're all down for it. It's still going to bring out the best in the rest of the team and everybody else. So ultimately, sometimes being bad is really a good thing.
And I'll leave it with this too. Like I just watched these two episodes back to back and I got emotional during both, but the parts that really made me the most emotional were the fact that the team was helping Margaret. The
Yes.
fact that they set up the camera, like all of it is always emotional, but that caught me. Like they set
Yep.
up the camera because she got kicked out,
Yep.
and then knowing that the camera feed went away, and then she's
Yep.
staring at the wall and she's like, "Why can't you find my
Yep.
son?"
Yep.
Like, but they're such a family and such a team. So let alone they're finding missing people and people in need that are forgotten by society. They're also there for each other. And
Exactly.
it's just if the world could be more like that. I mean,
Yep.
it's a world I want to live in. So
Absolutely. Me too. So we'll live in it together. We'll go skiing.
yeah,
I'll cook for you. We'll go to Mars. We'll find everybody. It'll be a big happy party.
I like Mars. I'm excited for the most part.
All right.
Well, it was very nice talking to you.
We'll
And
meet again.
hopefully one day we'll get to do that hug.
We will. And it's going to be a great hug because I'm a great hugger too. So
I
be
love
prepared.
hugging.
Thank you so
Well,
much, Danielle. This
absolutely.
this meant more to me than you're going to know until you meet me, and then you're going to go, oh, now I get it. Okay.
Well, I'm glad. It meant a lot to me too. And thank you.
Thank you. Peace, blessings, and all the goodness in the world to you.
You as
I
well.
really bless you so much.
You as well.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
See, I'm like
I
you. I
don't
do lives. I
get it
can't
either.
get
Like,
out.
I don't know.
I
It
know.
puts you in like a tough position because I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. I do this.
It's
I
okay though.
started
What I
this,
was gonna do is I was gonna bring 3 people on, and you're the third. So I'm gonna say
and my
goodbye. I'm gonna.
birthday is the
Oh,
3rd. So this is like,
September 3rd. Look at
it's
that.
kismet.
So
Yes.
I'm going to say goodbye to you. I'm gonna watch episode 8,
Yep.
and then I'll come back on right before episode 9 airs. Get to say hello before episode 9 airs, and then we'll go from there. So it was great talking to you. I'll make it easy because I'll hang up for all of us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I
I
have
love you for that.
technology issues too. Bye.
Bye.